You open your eyes, something's wrong. Your alarm is silent, not off, stuck. The second hand on your clock hasn't moved. Not in a minute, not in 10. You walk into the kitchen, and that's when you see it. Your roommate is standing there, mouth open, mid laugh, a coffee mug frozen an inch above the counter. Not falling, not moving, not breathing. Every single person on earth has stopped, except you. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why that is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Not the best. Stick around, because the last 2 minutes of this video will completely change how you see this scenario. Let's set the rules. Everyone else is frozen mid-motion. Cars stop dead, mid-roll. Birds hanging in the sky like ornaments. A dropped glass. Frozen an inch above the floor. You move freely. You breathe. You think. You walk through a world that just paused. Your first instinct? Chaos. Walk into any bank vault, any store, any house. No cameras catch you. The guards aren't even blinking. No alarms go off. Nobody's there to hear them. For about 10 minutes, you'd feel like a god. But then the questions start. And this is where it gets weird. Because frozen time breaks a rule nobody in the movies ever explains. If time truly stopped, that mug frozen mid-air shouldn't even be visible. Light is a moving thing. Photons travel at 300,000 kilometers per second. Freeze time and you freeze light too. The room should go pitch black. So for you to see anything at all, the universe is bending its own rules, just for you. Which means this isn't physics. This is a stage, and you're the only actor still moving on it. Okay, forget the physics. Let's talk about the loophole everyone's thinking right now. Free food. Forever. Not so fast. If time is frozen, that apple in the cashier's hand isn't ripening. But it's not rotting either. Bread isn't going stale. The entire world just became a walk-in freezer that never runs out. But here's the twist. Would you age? If your body still runs on real time, heartbeat, digestion, aging, you're the only clock left ticking on the entire planet. Every second you spend exploring is a second the rest of humanity never gets back. Kill a lazy afternoon in this frozen world, and you come back having aged a day nobody else on Earth will ever experience. And that question, what happens to me, is about to get a lot darker, because movies only ever show the fun part. The pranks, the free stuff, the empty streets. They never show you hour 6. Picture 6 billion people around you. Every single one unreachable. You can't call your mom. You can't hug a friend. You can't even make eye contact that means anything, because the eyes staring back at you aren't seeing anything at all. Scientists who study extreme isolation, submarine crews, solo sailors, researchers stationed in Antarctica found something disturbing. Total social silence starts breaking the human mind down in days, sometimes hours. Now imagine that same isolation, except you're surrounded by people, millions of them, zero connection. Some researchers argue that's actually worse than being alone, because your brain keeps expecting a response that never comes. By day 2, you're not robbing banks anymore. You're sitting next to a frozen stranger on a park bench talking out loud just to hear a voice answer back, even if it's your own. Now stretch this out. A week, a month, a year. You run out of things to steal long before you run out of time. So you start rearranging the world instead, posing frozen strangers, reading every book in every library, mastering skills with zero deadline. Some people would use that time to become a novelist, a pianist nobody will ever hear play. Others would break completely. Because time with nobody to share it with isn't freedom. It's a sentence. And that's when the real twist shows up. The one I promised you at the start. What if you're not special at all? What if, somewhere in this frozen world, there's one other person just like you, awake, moving, searching, right now, for the exact same thing you are. Proof they're not alone. You'd have no way of knowing. You could walk past them in a frozen crowd and never notice, because they look just as still as everyone else, until the second they move. The only way to find them is to search every street, every building, every frozen car, hoping for one flicker of motion in a world made of statues. Some versions of this story end there. 2 people, finally, not alone, others and darker. You never find anyone. And when time finally restarts, if it ever does, nobody else will remember any of it happened. To them, 0 time passed. You're the only one who'll carry the weight of everything you just lived through. And maybe that's the real horror hiding inside this whole idea. It's not the frozen coffee cups. It's not the empty bank vaults. It's the realization that connection, the simple act of sharing time with another person, might be the only thing that makes time worth having in the first place. So here's what I want to know. If time stopped for everyone but you, right now, would you spend it taking or searching? Drop your answer below. And if this messed with your head a little, subscribe, because next time we're flipping this entire scenario. What if time stopped for everyone except one person you love?